Hey, it's the beginning of the week and you're hearing that song that sounds so sweet. It's time for another episode of Effin Rager. Hey everybody, this is your host Connor Clifton, joined as always by my lovely co-host Ned Gale.
Yo, what's up?
What?
Can
Are
you
we
hear
already?
me?
I thought somebody called and then hung up.
Good.
Man,
I don't want to talk to them.
That threw me off. We've never gotten a call so quickly. That's bananas.
They were worried we didn't start on time. They're like, where are they? It's been 2 minutes.
I've been hearing a lot of weird jazz. That's not them. I went big band. Hey,
Yeah, word jazz.
Ned, look, I'm just going to cut right to it.
Please.
How was your freaking weekend?
Yes, it was good. Friday night, I saw the freaking Let's Settle This, the debate show.
The comedy debate show that I was a part of.
a comedy debate show.
Yeah,
not just a debate show.
It was a comedy debate show that I was a part of. My team won again. I am the only person who has done that show that is so far undefeated, which means I got to do it again.
You excited about that? You stoked?
Yeah. I'm just heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Who's
I
the
suppose.
guy who won all those Jeopardies?
Oh,
Is that crazy?
Ken Jennings.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm honored for the comparison. Ken
Huh?
Jennings.
No, I was just trying to remember who it was.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you remind me more of just a real crappy stick.
Oh, okay. So anyway, how was your Saturday?
Oh, it was good. Yeah, Saturday morning, I went to a audition to be a film actor with some old film students, and that was kind of fun. And then we went to see Pansili Creation at
Rice
University, and that was so cool.
That was a badass show. I had a lot of fun watching that, man.
Yeah, there's some contemporary puppet makers from Puerto Rico who make real wild creatures, and they did like a week-long residency and showed off their stuff.
And one of them came out of like a weird caterpillar-esque kind of creature that ate your shoe.
Yeah, and pulled it straight off my foot.
Yeah, and then pooped it out. So we got to call you Captain Poopy Shoes all
Okay,
night.
well, it wasn't funny, and we shouldn't say it on the air. Yeah.
But after that, we went on yet another one of our classic downtown excursions where we eat 3 meals in one night. And
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
fun.
pretty good.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got to hang out with friends of the
was
show. We got to hang out with Stacy and Maria and
Sure.
Rahul
Friend of the show.
and Bree
Friend.
and us. Yeah, that was
Us
really
friend of
fun.
shows. Yeah,
We
yeah,
got-
it was a blast.
We got drunk and did pull-ups and impressed everybody walking down the street.
Everyone loved it. No one was giving us weird looks.
Yeah.
We saw 100 of those. What do you call them? Sidewinders, or what are those wacky?
I call them
cars?
slingshots.
Slingshot.
Those
No, that's
weird,
probably
like,
right.
3-wheel cars. Yeah, there was a parade
What
going
are they
up
called?
and
The
down.
Batman Forever ride.
So we saw a parade of them going up and down Main Street, which apparently is a thing.
We the last time we went out on Main Street, they did that. I don't know if they're just following us, which is not a bad idea.
Hey.
In fact, you can follow us.
I would love
at
to marshal.
Effin Rager anywhere you want.
That's true. I would love to marshal a parade like that. I'd feel on top of the world. So we had some really great food, one of which I want to bring up. It was Umbrella Fella's hot dogs.
Oh man.
They go find them on Instagram, Umbrella Fellas 713. They are so good. We got their famous hot dog. It had the crispy onions on it. Look, this is not a paid advertisement. We had to pay for these hot dogs. They're not giving us any food.
We paid to advertise this.
Yes, we love their food so much. Y'all are sleeping on it if you're not eating them. Go follow them so you can find out where you can find them. They're so damn good. And then, of course, Frank's.
Yeah.
Like, we always eat at Frank's. Then Sunday...
Which they're good.
Yeah, Sunday, speaking of food, not only were we on the Under the Radar podcast hosted by Francois Pontu, but which you can find on iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you can find podcasts.
That'll be up next Monday.
Yep. We also went on an excursion with Rahul, friend of the show, to go get Impossible Burgers.
My oh my.
Have you never had one?
I had never had it. That was my first time I had it. I had an Impossible taco one time with just Impossible like burger meat in it.
Oh, okay.
Because, it's 2019.
Yeah,
burgers and tacos.
it's fusion.
Yeah. Well, I ain't refusing this burger ever again. It was super good.
Yeah, the Impossible Burger is amazing. You should definitely check it out. Don't go to a restaurant we go to. I'm not mentioning their name because I did not like the atmosphere of that place.
Yeah.
But Google Impossible
Weak
Burger
vibes.
Houston, where to find, and you'll find a good one.
Yeah, and if you think it's the place we went, just message us. Once again, that's at Effin Rager.
Yeah. And then
we'll tell you, don't go there.
One more last shameless plug of food around town. We got some bread pudding from Karen Lovelady, who does Love Ladies. Find her on Facebook as well, and you can find all kinds of really great...
God, find her. Get her a restaurant.
She does a lot of
her food's
Cajun
so
food.
good. Yeah.
And it's just so amazing to see people who have such a passion for cooking just going out there, and I believe she has a daytime job and is just doing this because she has so much like I said, passion for making these food
Moxie.
and giving it to people, and she's really doing a great service. And speaking of the service industry, your guest tonight is a comic who's also in the service industry, Julia Serrano. Hey, Julia.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, good.
Good. How
Thank
are
you
you?
so much for coming onto the show. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, finding a segue to introduce the guest is one of the many challenges we face on this show.
But you make it look so easy.
Thank you.
It's
Uh,
very smooth, very smooth.
So, I definitely want to ask, how was your freaking weekend? Anything cool happen?
This weekend, wow, why am I forgetting what I did?
We talked about it on the way here because we always forget on
It's like, now that you're putting me on the spot. No, man, I was in Austin, actually.
Oh, nice,
Wow, how
yeah.
did I just forget that? I went to a whole different city, and I was like, oh, I don't remember. Yeah, so I went to Austin on Friday.
Ooh.
I did a
Business,
show
pleasure,
there.
pleasure.
Both. I
Sick.
mean, I
Pleasure.
can't really be like, oh, comedy is business. Like, it was
yeah,
a
you
show at
can,
a
you
coffee
can.
shop.
Know your work.
Oh, Kick Butt Coffee? Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it was
Right
Kick Butt
on.
Coffee. It was
That's a cool
so
place.
it was so much fun. Yeah,
I don't
It
know
was
Kick
just
Butt.
It was good.
What
It was a good show.
what is that?
It's
Kick
coffee,
Butt is
coffee
a-
that kicks butt.
Well, okay.
No, yeah.
It's a coffee shop that's in Austin, and I went up there with local hero Scotty Peterson.
Ooh,
You-
Scotty.
yeah,
Barbecue king.
Yeah.
for sure. Shout out, That's It Barbecue.
Yeah, hey, anyone you know who cooks good food, I think that's what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, we're all about
Just
food.
give them
Yeah.
all the
Yeah,
shit.
food
I
plugs.
love talking about food. I used to work I work in the service industry, but I actually used to work back of house, so I was like
Yeah.
cooking and cutting shit up. But yeah, so I really like food. But yeah, went to Austin. I was over there, got a little bit too drunk, and then ate some not so good food.
Uh-oh.
What? The
happened?
food on 6th Street's bad?
Exactly.
Just like cardboard covered in cheese.
Oh my God.
Thank God. Oh.
I've never had any good food on 6th. I don't think I've ever eaten on 6th Street.
I don't think you should.
Oh, you're a coward.
I've
man.
ate at P. Terry's.
Oh, wow, I
That's
wasn't
near
even looking at
6th
these.
Street.
I love P. Terry's.
Yeah.
Every time Connor and I go, every time Connor and I go to Austin, we literally eat P. Terry's for like 3 meals.
Dude, I'm about to fucking slam my hand on this board.
No,
I'm
please
so
do.
mad I didn't get P. Terry's when I went there, because I was like, I'm going to try different stuff, and I don't.
That's
like,
a
fuck
fool's
new
errand.
stuff.
Get
Yeah,
P.
you know?
Terry's, then try new stuff. And then
Exactly.
Oh
use P.
yeah,
Terry's.
get
That's
P.
what-
Terry's.
Cleanse your palate.
The 2 times you should have P. Terry's when you're in Austin. It's the first meal you get when you arrive, and then the last meal you get when you leave.
Oh, I know.
At
okay.
least when you leave, because I feel like when you leave Austin, everyone's kind of just like, can we go home?
For sure.
I'm done.
Lindsay
Okay,
said
so-
she had a hot dog from the Greyhound bus stop. She didn't say if it was good or not.
I'm pretty sure it was delicious.
Yeah, I feel like they'd have some pretty good.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's right. We
They
had
lack service, but they have good food.
Greyhound Grey Dogs. Yeah.
Ooh. Yes.
Oh man, that's so disgusting. So, all right. So, we working in back of house, then moving to front of house. Look, I bet you got some crazy stories about working in the service industry.
Oh my God.
Lay out those twisted narratives.
Classic segues. Man, I don't really have anything crazy about back of house. I think one fun thing, and also I guess sexist thing, but I also really enjoyed. It was this thing. So I worked in a restaurant that had like completely just like open like walls, I guess. Not open walls, but it was glass walls instead of like you can't look into the kitchen. So every time that somebody hot went into the restroom, like anybody in the kitchen would be like Omaha, and then like everybody would look, and it was always, I mean, like a
Wait, you
chick.
guys said Omaha?
Omaha.
We said that at the Jimmy John's I worked at. Like,
For
no
what?
joke.
It's an industry thing.
For the same thing, for hot people.
For hot
I'm not
people?
joking.
Oh my
'Cause
God.
I was like, I know we said a state capital.
Huh.
Or wait, is Omaha a state capital?
I don't know if it's a state capital, but that's how
Nebraska.
I found out that
Is it the
was
capital
a city.
of Nebraska?
Yes.
Guys, if you know the capital of Nebraska, call in at 713-526-8737.
And let it be
We'd
known
love
that
to
if
hear
it
how
is
smart
in
you
fact
are.
Omaha, then we can all collectively decide that Ned is the dumb one.
What?
Yes. See, I never had that when I worked in the service industry. We were just like, dude, look. Like, not so subtle
I
at
mean,
all.
it's the
we had a code
same
word, and then we'd also
thing.
just like slap the little key thing, which is so bad because
Slap the key
like,
Oh my
Jeez Louise.
All that
Man,
hot testosterone.
this was what? Where was that? You said Jimmy John's?
Jimmy John's, yeah.
Gooey.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of
You were
hot
really-
people were
Hot
walking
people are always
in
looking for
there.
those freaky fast
Yeah,
boys. Yeah.
I guess the corporate culture at Jimmy John's trickles down from the CEO, man. You guys are a bunch of jerks.
Guys, remember to Google Jimmy John naked fish. That's my favorite image on the internet.
Wait, is that a thing?
Oh, Ned?
It's confirmed that it's not him, but it's so,
Wait, so this
easy
is
to
a
pretend.
Jimmy John
Yeah.
scandal?
The owner of Jimmy John's is a real POS who does a lot of big game hunting to the point where someone photoshopped him naked
I
hugging
don't
a
think
shark.
it's a Photoshop. I think it's just a picture of someone who looks exactly like him.
Oh, we're getting a call. All right. Hey, you are on FM Rager.
What's up? The capital of Nebraska is Lincoln.
Can this be confirmed?
Yeah, it's Lincoln, Nebraska.
Can
Wait, what is it? What is it? I didn't have my headphones on.
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Lincoln?
That's what I
Like
said,
president?
you guys.
I don't know about this. Are you sure it's not Omaha?
I'm pretty sure it's
positive.
Douglas.
Huh. No, that's my middle name.
What? Looks
That's
like we
not-
got another Lincoln Douglas debate
Look,
on our
look.
hands
If
here.
there's one rule we have here at FM Rager, no crank calls. Okay, we don't need the. I'm clearly the smartest one in this duo. We don't
Okay,
need.
Wait, I'm getting this image of Jimmy John just so everyone can look at it.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Here, I'm gonna put this up on
This
the
is
video.
So it's not
hot.
it's not the real owner of Jimmy John's, correct?
Yeah, I don't think it's the real
Now,
dude. I don't think this is Jimathan John.
now,
whatever his real name is.
what's nuts is that the owner of Papa John's, there's a lot of great pictures of him out there, just like hammered, and he's just hugging his fans, and he's just a red, sweaty mess. And,
Ew.
oh, I mean, he's such.
I mean, that's how he looks in the commercials anyways. So.
all right,
Oh, where did I put this thing? You know
Oh,
what?
my
Let's
God. Are you
keep
about to
going.
share
Is it
it
this
on
one?
there?
No, that's a picture of
Wow, that's
grass.
not
You know,
even
I'll put it.
close.
We'll get it later.
Yeah, hey, that's the fun of these experimental AV shows. Okay, so let's move on to you were in back of house, now you're in front of
Yeah.
house. I've
Yeah.
have had to deal in customer service, and it's kind of the worst.
It is.
I don't know, Ned. Have you? Wow, we're getting another call.
Oh man, I hope this isn't about
Wow.
Lincoln.
FM Rager.
Hey, I wanted to let y'all know that the capital of Nebraska is Lincoln because my dad was born there.
Huh, all right, that's very
Okay,
interesting. Look, Jack, if we told you once, we told you 1,000 times. You need to stop calling in and hijacking this show. This is our show. You're not one of the hosts. Let it go. Oh my God. Why are people so obsessed with Nebraska all of a
Is
sudden?
there a
You
ska band
started
called
this.
Nebraska? You're getting another call.
Oh my
What
goodness
the fuck?
gracious.
You guys were literally talking about how there's no
FM
calls.
Rager. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hey, hello?
Is this the mayor of Lincoln?
No, this is not the mayor of Lincoln.
Who
I'm
is
the
it?
governor of Omaha.
Identify yourself.
Oh,
what's the
what's up,
capital of
James?
Omaha?
What's the capital of Omaha? I think it's Steaks.
Nice. All right. So, do you have a question for our guest or a question for us?
Oh, hey, I just wanted to say hi. I've been listening to your show, and it's great.
Thank
My
you.
name is Brian. I live in Florida.
Oh,
hi,
hi,
Brian.
Hey, guys. I'm an old friend.
Oh,
Brian
Brian Ziola, you sweet little angel.
Oh, it's me. It's a sweet angel.
Yes, it is you.
How's it going? You're the governor of Omaha now?
Dude, you're doing
Yeah,
swell.
Officially. Officially, unofficially.
Hey, I mean, someone's got to claim it.
Is
I
it
guess it's
Facebook
you.
official
Yeah.
yet?
Well, okay, listen. I won a game of lottery. That's not how that works. It was a scratch off. But yeah, no, I'm the governor of mayors.
I think that's a worse prize than $5.
Yeah. Rather the gas money.
For real.
Well, so what's going on? You got a question? Or you just calling to say hey?
I was calling to say, hey, Julia's my favorite. She's the greatest. So I just wanted to say hi to you guys and say good job for being the best.
Oh my God, you're so sweet. I'm sorry I was so drunk at that show that I hosted for you.
Oh,
by
you
the
were-
way, let's talk about that right now. I never got to apologize.
All right. Thanks for calling, Brian. You're always a sweetie boy. We love you very, very much, and we miss you very, very much.
You're the best.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
Well, talking about like the service, you're trying to talk about like.
I was trying to get some
terribleness.
terrible customers, nightmare customers. Those are always fun to talk about.
Oh man.
Or not.
No, I mean they are. I tend to just like block these people out because of how terrible they are. Just
You're
get so
better than me.
drunk the night of, and I'm like,
Oh,
will never
immediately
exist
erase
in
that
my
memory.
mind. For sure, for sure.
Did you have any like weird regulars? We had a guy at Double Dave's when I worked there, who like if you talked to him, he would talk to you for an hour straight, and there's no way to get out of it. You just had to hand him a box, and your fate was sealed. So we'd always, for a new person, we're like, "Hey, could you get that guy a box?" And they'd hand it to them and be like, "Hey, sucker."
I feel like the people that were the worst is just people that weren't regulars. They were always just someone that was like, "Oh, it's my first time. I saw there's like a lot of great reviews on Yelp, and I have a dairy allergy, a nut allergy. I also don't like eating gluten for fun." And it's like, okay.
If I see my reflection in this restaurant, I'll sue.
Exactly. And it's like, can you just go somewhere else? I don't know. Like,
Go to a grocery store. We don't
Dude,
need you today.
For real, it's just too much. I don't know. I don't know. Not really a lot of terrible people. There was this one time though at one of the restaurants I was working at, and there was this like little old fragile white woman, and it was her and I guess her family, her little tribe going on. And at this place, like, she complained to one of the managers. She was just like, those ladies with the hijabs have been here for too long. They're just taking up a table. So it's just like, oh, okay. Well, we'll tell them to take their ketchup and go home. I don't know what you want us to do. Like, they're just hanging out like anybody else is in the restaurant. But yeah, nothing fun. Just pure racism.
Oh, yeah. I was at Starbucks, and that's pretty much all we saw. Racism and classism.
Oh, man.
Oh, we'd also
I
have the
can't-
people who would, like, throw their credit cards at you.
Oh, my God. I fucking hate those people. Actually, I have a funny story about somebody throwing something at somebody. I was walking through the restaurant, and it was just like this super busy on the patio, and I see this dad just throw a piece of toast on the like table for his son, and this kid grabs it.
Wait, where did he get the toast? He just had it
Well,
in
from
his
his,
pocket?
you know,
Oh, he had it from a
no,
plate.
it was from his plate.
This is home
you know?
toast. I can do what I want.
Right, exactly. No, so it was a counter service restaurant, and they
Okay,
were just waiting. I mean, they were already eating or whatever. So he had his food, and he basically just broke off a piece of toast, threw it on the table for his kid to eat. And I walked by and I saw that, and I was just like, you know, I could grab him a plate if he needs it. And he was like, he doesn't deserve it. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's great.
He needs the extra minerals. Wow.
I know what he is. He's a dirtbag. No.
All right.
And
Now,
you know what that kid grew up to be? A coyote.
Now,
Raised him right.
I want to transition to what the show is about, which is partying. We like to start at the beginning. Can you remember your first party ever?
Oh my God.
This can be like a slumber party to your, if you want to consider it like a party with alcohol or something.
Wow. My first party ever. Okay. I don't know. It was I feel like it was just this high school party. I can't even remember because it was
Sounds
I
fun.
started-
Some party.
some party. I don't know. I was okay, I guess, in high school. I wasn't like very cool, but I also wasn't like, oh hey, I'm gonna be watching hentai or whatever. But yeah.
Wait, what sides of cool is that?
I don't know. I guess
I feel like it's like a circle. It's a circle where on this end you skateboard and do parkour, and in this end you do hentai.
You sell
Very
hentai
close.
to other kids at school.
Yeah, and everything in between is just like, I don't know, stuff you were into growing up or something like that.
Mega Man's not cool.
Oh, hang on. That's the exception. All right, so you went to some high school party.
Yeah, so I honestly can't even remember the first party that I went to in high school, but it was a lot of like sneaking out from my parents' house, and it was a ridiculous amount of sneaking out where my room was on the second floor, so I
Did you have it
would
down to like an art? Like,
yeah, I figured it out how to get down.
walk us out of your house. Sneak us
Okay.
out of your house right now.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
so opening my window.
Okay. Here, do the sound effects if you could.
Yes, and then hopping onto the little roof that was right, yeah, very quietly. Yes, and then what I would do is slide my window closed. And then I would walk over. little bits of glass on the roof. Don't worry why, but it was there. And then I would grab onto this like electrical wire, one of those phone wires, grab onto it, and then from there dangle my way down to the fence, and then go down to the air vent. Because like we established earlier, I am short, so I couldn't just go straight to the floor. And then from there, I'd get onto the grass and then walk my way out of the fence.
Those are your neighbors fighting.
Yeah.
The doors are closed, but you can clearly hear it.
said invite them over.
Yes, I lived in A-Leaf, so this is accurate. Lots of words might bond me. So yeah, that was a lot. That was like I feel like
insane.
the funnest part
The
of
cable thing sounds crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know. I was like so determined to get out of my parents' house where I was like, I'll get electrocuted. I don't give a fuck. I just wanted to die so bad.
Was that a 10 out of 10 success, or did you like
10
fall
out of 10
ever?
success. I never fell.
Never fell.
I never fell.
Man,
never.
damn.
So there was a certain point where the orange tree that was in the backyard got too big to where I couldn't like hang off of that wire because it made too much noise, and my parents' room was right
Oranges
underneath.
falling on your dad, sleeping under the trees.
Exactly. So there was one time that I just straight up jumped from the roof to the ground, and I felt like such a badass.
Yeah,
a
I'm
bad
impressed.
butt. Yes.
Oh, that's where you stop cursing, bad butt? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Out of all the other things.
Aaron asked, "How did you get back in?"
Ooh.
Good question.
Yeah. Well, actually, I know my cousins, her children, and I can tell you, getting back in is what's got her scratching her head for 10 years. It's like, how did they do it?
So getting back in, I would use my little brother a lot. Like I would text him.
Stepping stool.
Exactly. Pull me up from the roof. No, yeah.
Was he always cool about it?
He was cool about it, but then it just got to a certain point where he was like turning his phone off.
Oh,
and
brutal.
Yes.
Man.
It was actually a lot harder to sneak back in. It was very difficult because it was, instead of, there's nothing to help me get back up, so I would have to be on the fence and then hyping myself up. Like, you could totally do this jump from this fence to the roof. It was terrifying, but I
talked
never
your parents
fell.
into a trampoline or something.
Oh my god, that would
never
even
see
have
you
been
use it,
good
like,
enough
I
to jump
use
up
it.
there.
Ned, did you ever have to sneak out of the house?
Yeah, but it was pretty. It was just pretty when I did it. No, no, I think I just like walked down to the door. But I drove a Mercedes, like a really old diesel Mercedes. It sounded like a boat.
So cool.
So I'd have to do like the neutral thing where you like kind of get out of the
Oh my
driveway and then
God.
start it up. Like,
I did that too,
Yeah.
but not because it was diesel, just because it was a very bad
but it's still
car.
like loud. Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta.
yeah, for sure.
What about you? You sneak out?
It was impossible to sneak out. So if I ever did sneak out, nobody was waiting for me when I got home. But in the morning, my mom would be like, "Where were you last night?" It's like, oh, crap. Yeah, it was, I would just go out the back door because that was the quietest door, but every door had like a, and that door was right next to their bedroom. And it was still quieter than the front door, which you had to slam shut.
Yeah.
So,
Oh damn.
yeah, not a lot of sneaking out on
Taking
my
the
end.
window option.
I lived on the second story of the house.
So did Julia.
I could have. There was a basketball goal, and I could have just
Weak.
like ridden it down like a fireman's
You
Oh
should
pole.
have
my
cannonballed
God.
through it.
Yeah, but I was a coward, so I don't know.
Just imagining Connor stuck on a basketball hoop, right?
Oh, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I've been stuck in a trash can in a similar way. I don't know if I told the story on this show before, but I went to high school with someone who ended up playing for the Houston Astros, Robert Grossman. I will call him out. And one day,
what's his Twitter handle?
I don't know if he has one because he's dumb and doesn't know how to use computers.
Nice.
But he asked me for some sweet tarts one day in 6th grade, and I was like, no. So he picked me up and he put me into a trash can. He was massive, so he just folded me and gently put me in, and I'm like, ah! And I fell down.
But you got to keep the sweet
Sounds
tarts, right?
terrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
man,
didn't.
victory tastes good.
If he had taken the candy from me, then I would have been like, I'm defeated. But I still have my dignity sitting in that trash can and my sweet tarts.
Did you just pull out the sweet tarts as you're in the trash
Yeah,
can
just
eating them?
tossing them in because I can't get my elbows out. All right, so that's high school shenanigans. Let's move a little bit after high school. Anything cool?
So, like, what's tight?
Anything cool?
Tell us. We are getting much older and don't know what's cool anymore.
So I went to Austin one night, 6th Street, yeah, classic, so fun. That's what's cool. And I ended up getting like pretty drunk. I mean, a little too drunk. And I was with somebody that I just shouldn't have been with to begin with. And
cop? Yeah.
Okay, no, not that bad. All right, let me put it in that sense.
Like, no, he was a drug dealer. My God.
Please.
So much better than that. No, yeah. So I was with her and we were drinking, and she was so determined to go meet up with her friends that were at the Marriott, like downtown in Austin.
Oh, you trying to hit a roof pool? Is that your?
I don't know what
That's
her
me
goal
every time
was.
I'm in 6th Street. I was like, where are the pools at? Let's find some roofs.
You drink enough, and you're just like, I'm determined.
I mean, give yourself that goal next time you're out drinking. Way
How
easier
do you
than you think.
find out?
You just
which
start
pools?
knocking on doors.
The thing is that this all starts when you have your first unexpected pool trip. Because I've had it where I'm downtown and we went to go visit a friend at a hotel and they had a rooftop jacuzzi. I was like, okay. I was all on board. So yes, I'm excited to find pools when I go out.
Yeah, a lot of hotels you can get up there pretty easily if you just like kind of walk through the lobby nonchalantly rather than very chalantly.
Yeah. Throwing your chalants all around.
Yeah, just keep your chalants to yourself in your pocket. Yeah.
Have y'all been to that Texas river pool
I have
thing?
No. I hear you got to pay for it. We can't sneak in.
Well, they switched it over. You could sneak in before. So I was
Ooh.
sneaking in there with like a couple of the comics in Houston with like Grady and Victor, and we were just sneaking in there because we
And
had
can you say their names and phone numbers? On that?
blah, blah. Yeah,
listening? Yeah.
we like had these wristbands that we were using that were just like the same. Dude, it was exactly what they were using upstairs, and then I think too many people started sneaking in there, but that was really fun. Ridiculous amount of prices.
People
for
don't
those.
take advantage of how easy it is to go to Party City and just buy like raffle tickets.
Oh,
for
Yes.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about it.
So what we need to do is just get one of every color, and then every time we go to an event, just be like, it's red, and then we put the red one on, and then we walk in fine.
We're those psychopaths who like open their like
That'd be
glove
great.
boxes, like 20 different rolls. We're like, yeah, this is how we party.
Yeah, and in our trunk is just a cup from every fast food restaurant. Wait, you think I'm paying for another one? I'm not a chump.
We used to in college, a lot of the parties at UNT were like you go there and you buy a red cup, and then you could just like you buy it for $5 and you can use the keg the rest of the night. So we'd always carry like different kinds of cups in our pockets. It was like, oh yeah, it's one of these red cups. We got it.
Oh my God.
So dumb.
It's pretty resourceful.
Sure.
You were saving the earth if you think about it.
You know what? Yeah.
No. No.
No, let me have this.
No. All right. So you were you were going to the Marriott.
Yeah, so we were going to the Marriott to meet up with some of her friends, and I was straight up not having a good time. I was telling her, I do not want to do this. This is not where I want to go. Just leave me on the street. I'll be fine. And so that didn't happen. So we drove, we got there, and I was so drunk. I was being such a butthole. I was being the worst person, really. Like, we were walking in the Marriott, and I was so drunk that I was spitting on the floor.
In spite? Or?
In the lobby. Yes.
I hate the Marriott.
Not in spite of the Marriott, but just to be like, I want somebody to kick us out so that we can leave.
Oh, I like the way you party, man.
Also resourceful.
Yeah, exactly. All this saliva. It was just so bad. It was just like partying all night, and then that happened, and then we got upstairs to like the floor where her friends are staying at, and I was just refusing to go in there, so I was just laying out on the hallway, and then she gets so mad. She has my phone, or what she thought was my phone, and she threw it against the wall to break it, and it turns out that it was her phone. And so I'm just laying there on the floor like, you're so dumb. And then she just pulls out my phone, throws it on the ground, and stomps it. And I was like, all right, you're smart. You did. You did. That was good. But yeah.
So what about, we mentioned the police earlier. Have you ever had interactions with the police that went favorably, unfavorably in regards to like a party situation?
Like, yeah. Not favorably, for sure not.
Yeah.
There was once.
Cops rarely show up with a 6-pack.
For sure. No, yeah. So this was like a high school thing going on, I guess. I actually dropped out of high school like kind of early-ish. Not early. It was junior year, so I was right there. I don't know.
That's mid. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was with some people that were going to like a high school party, and I was driving my little car, and somebody was in the passenger seat and somebody else was in the back, and we pull up, and classic high schoolers, we've got a bottle of Malibu rum, so fun, and we're so ready to party, and as soon as we pull up, there's a bunch of cops, like the party has already like ended.
Oh, you showed up it was already
like
busted.
as it was already busted.
Weak.
And it was like 11 p.m. so I don't even know how this happened so early, but so I turned my lights off, I park, and I'm just trying to figure out what we're gonna do, and then I just ended up just making a little U-turn, leaving, and I forgot to turn my lights back on for a brief, like 30 seconds, and then this cop pulls me over. The chick in the back seat is freaking out, and she's like, "What do I do with the bottle?" And I was like, "Just kick it
Swallow
under.
it.
Just kick it." They're not going to be able to tell.
Her neck's real big.
Oh my God.
Cartoon.
So I'm telling her, just kick it under the seat. It's going to be fine. They're not going to check the car. So she's doing all this stuff. She's trying to push it under with like her arms. And I'm like, okay, these lights are blaring from the back. So the cop comes up and he's like, "What are you doing? Where's your driver's license, your insurance?" And I was like, "I don't have either." And this was me like, it's all going to be fine. So he tells us to get out of the car, and he pulls out the bottle of rum, and he's like, "Whose is this?" And I was like, "Oh, well, is it mine?" And he's so angry, and I'm upset because I don't even like these two chicks that I'm with. So I'm like, it's not even worth getting in trouble.
You party with a lot of people you don't.
I know, yeah.
To be honest, that's a good way to set up your party, though, because you know you're going to go hard.
People you don't like. It's no holding back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just that where I was just being a defiant teenager, where I was like, "Oh, you want me to put my hands on the cop car, but it's too hot. I don't want to." And it's just like, just hover them. And I was like, okay. Yeah. He was telling us that it was either one of us could take all of the tickets, or all three of us had to split it. And I was like, well, I'm not taking the fall for this.
Yeah, did you tell them that? It's like, how about I don't and both of them do?
Yeah.
Is that one of the options?
should've
You can just be like, "Look, I don't even like those girls. Have you talked to them?"
He's like, "Yes, I did talk to them, and they suck."
Totally agree with the hot car thing.
Dude, you want to go to that party? It's empty now. We can just party there.
We got this rum.
Yeah, we're taking that kid to juvie. I'm pretty sure there's an air hockey table in there. It's wicked.
Okay, now I want to transition to your work as a comedian. So, how long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
I've been doing stand-up for about like 3-4 years now.
Nice.
Actually 4 years, yeah.
Great.
Something like that. I started at the end of 2014, and I was pretty young. I was like 19. So yeah, I was sneaking into St. Dane's because it was like the only bar that didn't ID anybody. So I was like drinking Modelo's. Yeah, it was an interesting time. I had just moved back from Austin, and I came over here, and I was just like determined to do stand up, I guess. And I went and I kind of scoped out St. Dane's for a bit. I like watched the open mic a little bit since it was the only place that I could actually get into. Mm-hmm. So I just watch it until I got the confidence. Just from you watch so many terrible people doing stand up at open mics where it's like, okay, I could be equally as bad.
You come back
fine.
the next week and you're like, oh, none of these people died, so I can still do this and not die.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and where did their confidence coming from?
Yeah.
For real. I
Modelo.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, so I did that, and then I did that was the only place that I did stand up at for a month. So I'm surprised that I'm still even doing it. Honestly, it was so awful. I don't know if you guys ever went to it, but it was
I've been to St. Dane's.
Yeah, I've been once or twice.
Yeah, so just imagine there being stand up there with just
But outdoors is such a great place to do stand up, especially an open mic.
It's amazing. It was actually, sometimes it was a good room. I mean, I'm not promoting St. Dane's. Let's not do that. But yeah.
We'll bleep them out. Yeah.
How was your first time doing an open mic?
So I was not very realistic about it. Since I had my friends there, I was so excited about it, and I was like, oh my god, that was so good. And then I actually started doing it like on my own, and I was just going out all the time basically. And there's this one night where I was doing stand-up, and one of the bartenders was like, you got to do something different. She was like, it's all so scripted, it's terrible. And I was just like I was in shock when she said that. But really, I mean, I don't even know this woman's name, but it was probably the best advice I've ever gotten, because after that it was just kind of like this thing of trying to make it seem more natural and more like who I am, instead of like reading off of a script. I was literally reading off of like a journal. And now when
Just
I see
going
people
point to
with that,
point.
I'm just like, oh buddy, you don't have that bartender to tell you, because it's not going to be me.
You have to be that bartender.
I don't want to be that person.
You have to get a job tending bar.
I have seen you perform, and you do seem just like a natural at it. Like it feels like you're just telling a story to some friends most of the time, and your stand-up does incorporate a lot of stories.
Yeah.
You got a really good one about your tooth.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to share any good stories or
No,
that.
we got a
We
call.
got a call. Hang on. We'll get back to your stories.
Yeah.
You're on Effin Rager.
Hi, yeah, I had a question for Julia.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering how many teeth she has, and if the number of teeth she has has ever helped her out of a situation.
The number of teeth I have?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how many teeth I have, but it's quite a
You
conversation
don't know off
starter.
the top of your head?
Do you know, caller, do you know how many teeth the average the average adult is supposed to have? I don't know why I'm specifying. How many?
Answer us. Are you Googling this? That doesn't count.
I can tell you I only have two, my top tooth and my bottom tooth, and they all
The
are
one
just
that
one
opens
big
beers
tooth.
and the one that chews meat.
Yeah.
One big teeth.
So I'm guessing
Dumped.
This guy's all thumbs.
I'm guessing you don't have the answer to how many teeth we're supposed to have.
You could talk.
This is really disorienting. I'm listening to you guys online. It's like a 30-second lag.
Turn it off, ding dong. Jeez Louise. What's next, man? People, are you going to tell me that Lincoln's the capital of something? God,
That's crazy.
right?
How many
my
teeth
God.
are in Lincoln? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, well, he had wooden teeth, right? Or was that Washington?
I think they both had wooden teeth.
Oh,
I think the first 10 presidents legally had to have wooden teeth.
Somebody all caps. Let's count
Let's
the teeth.
Oh, that's Jack, the one who tries to hijack the show, like we always talk about.
Damn, I let it happen. I'm sorry.
To answer the question, I think it's 26.
Really?
Just off the top of my head, I think 26 teeth is like the average amount of teeth.
I feel.
I'm just going to throw that out there.
Hang on.
Or 69. 'cause
Keep
that's
rambling.
hilarious.
I know I have all
You're
my
just gonna
bottom
count
teeth.
them?
I'm going to count my bottom teeth.
Okay.
It's not as. Is
You
it
can
the
count them
same
out loud if you
amount
want
of
to.
teeth on
Does
the
everyone
bottom
have
as
the
the
same?
top?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so.
The bottom teeth seem
I
so much
like-
smaller. Yeah.
Connor's like,
What's it? I'm hearing kind of some
Okay.
numbers coming up.
I have
What do we got?
14, and I got.
Maybe 28.
I guess so, because I have also gotten my. Because 32 if you still have your wisdom teeth.
Christina says it's 32.
Okay, well,
killing it.
we just wanted to find out.
So how many teeth do you have? Now that we've finally made it over here.
I have 30, so
What?
I'm missing 2 teeth. 'cause
Okay.
Yeah. One of them was because of that biking accident, which is that story that I have that I say on stage. And the second one was something that had to get pulled out at the dentist because I guess I wasn't flossing enough. I don't know, but it was like a terrible cavity, so they had to. And really, it's not pulling out. I don't know.
It's more of a yank motion.
It's not even yanking. They're breaking it. They're
Ugh.
like it's
Ooh.
like pushed
Yeah,
back and forth.
they gotta shatter it.
Have you had
So
one pulled
with
out
wisdom
before?
teeth, they had to shatter them and then pull them out. Because every time I have oral surgery, I do say save the teeth. I want to take the teeth home with me, and my wisdom teeth they wouldn't let me take because they were just pieces. And like I still would have taken them.
Yeah, I'll take the tooth
But
shards.
They didn't
I
let you
did
take
have
them?
an extra canine grow in, and they had to get it out with a spoon. It was growing straight out, and they were like, "Oh, we got to get this out."
Use a
With a
grapefruit spoon.
spoon.
Yeah, it was the
A
only.
grapefruit spoon is a thing.
Oh, this has come up on the show before.
This has come up.
Those spoons with teeth on them. You know what I'm talking about? I'm
Forks.
pretty sure
What are you
32
talking
teeth. Yeah.
Forks.
No, they have like a razor like saw at the end of them.
Oh, a melon spoon.
Whatever.
You don't use that for grapefruits, for citrus. You
Yeah.
don't do. That's weird.
It gets a clean
Why would you want
grapefruit out of it.
grapefruit?
A clean scoop.
I
Melon spoon.
melon.
A scoop of the
I know
fruit.
I know what a melon baller is, but I never heard
that's
of
Not
it.
a melon baller. It's different than a melon baller.
thought it was the
for
same
sure.
thing.
No, okay,
It
we
sounds
have
like the
different.
same
Wait, I'm
thing.
just gonna search grapefruit spoon.
It's a
on
curved
Google.
spatula. That's what it looks like.
Everything we talk about has to be Googled.
Hey, no, this is the time of verifying all of our information. Boy, you got anything yet?
Yeah, I got plenty because that's what it's called.
It's called a melon spoon.
It's called a grapefruit spoon.
Oh.
Pack of 4, baby.
Oh, that's not what I'm
completely
thinking of.
They
different.
look like
No,
villains.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
These
what
are
you're
villain
talking
spoons.
about.
Yeah, we're talking about two very different spoons, man.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad we were able to figure out. That's that's serrated.
Okay, a serrated spoon. I called it grapefruit spoon. That's what the website called it.
I guess it only has one purpose. I mean,
Yeah.
you could eat it for if
Well,
you wanted.
you
to,
can
For cereal?
grapefruits and getting teeth out.
You
It's
could do
fine.
cereal. I guess you could use it to cut a steak if you had a fork with you. I mean, it was serrated. I'm not alone in this.
I'm with you. I'm
You
here.
think
I'm
so?
here with you. I'm on board.
Okay, here.
Okay,
like
great.
a chili steak, I think, is the only acceptable one.
Okay, I did Google a serrated spoon, and it does autocorrect a grapefruit spoon.
Oh my god.
Please lick my butt. Yeah,
No, I'm not going to. My Aunt Erin listens to this show. Clean
and
up
she
your
will
mouth.
agree that you should lick my butt.
Only if I could do it with a grapefruit spoon.
Okay, so why do you? I mean, doing storytelling is such a different approach to doing comedy. You got to get people in for the long haul. It's also really hard to workshop stories at open mics.
For sure.
How do you? What's your process for getting a story from like, oh, I really need to tell this, to fleshing it out to something that feels like you've been telling the story for years?
I actually have. I mean, with that story specifically, that tooth story, it's just something that is, it's honestly the reason why I started doing stand-up. Because, I was living in Austin, this thing happened that was just so crazy to me, and then I just started writing after that. And, just with storytelling, from what I've worked on, is just kind of, I just have to go on stage and say the story and then just cut a lot of stuff out, and it's basically just this rigorous thing where it's just constantly going up, bombing, cutting things out, and then just saying the story exactly. And then there's things that I'll try to write it out, but I don't really like doing that with some of these stories because I feel like it takes away from it, like the naturalness and just,
the energy of like telling it to a crowd
for sure. And then like trying to remember like, oh, you say this and then this, and oh no, you messed up the order of that or whatever. So it's kind of just this thing where whenever I'm saying it on stage and it feels more organic, I will say something that's not even like something that I planned, and then that ends up making a lot of people laugh, and it's just going through that process of listening to these audio recordings that are so unbearable, but it just whittling through it and cutting out the things that are just taking up time, and then just keeping the things that are funny and working on that, where I will sit down after a point where I'm like, okay, this is an actual story that I can say, it's an actual joke, and then I'll write it down and I'll try to just kind of add to things and just take out like unnecessary ones and just kind of like really focus on that. And those are my favorite comics, people that have that storytelling, like Tom Segura.
Yeah. Oh man,
and,
those people can control an audience.
For sure.
Telling jokes is one thing, but telling a story, you're getting their attention.
You're in a
moving their
trance
emotions.
when you watch people like that. You could watch them for an hour and you're just like, oh my god, where did the time go by? But now I feel like it's just kind of, I think that's what people kind of want to listen to. Not that I'm like a comedy expert, but it's like it's a little exhausting.
That's what we build you as.
Dude, it feels like a little exhausting to sit in front of somebody doing like an hour and a half of pure one-liners.
Yeah.
But if you guys ever want to see me,
hang on, we got a call. Hey, you're on Effin Rager.
Hey.
Hello.
What's up?
I was going to make a statement, and then I was going to change it to a question to be more polite.
Okay,
and
what
now,
you got?
Now I
State
feel
your
like
question.
I should just tell it as a story.
Okay, you got 10 seconds.
Yeah, I hope this is a whittled down story.
Okay, so I had this grandma for a while.
Oh, sorry for your loss.
And we used to like eat grapefruit together at breakfast time.
And what did you use to eat that grapefruit?
According to my grandmother, a runcible spoon.
Runcible?
Runcible.
Oh, like the stick and Lunchables. They're called Runcibles. That makes more sense
You're
now.
thinking what Scooby-Doo calls it, but you didn't let him finish the story.
I thought that was the story. Sorry, are you still there?
Is that the end of the story?
I told you it was just a statement.
Oh, God.
All right, hang up on this clown. No.
See, I know what I'm doing. Oh, man. Yeah, we always have people like that who are calling in, and everything's just like, oh, jeez.
Crap. Oh, no.
Look.
Okay, Julia, I'm so sorry you have to do that, but that's the cops knocking. We've had some problems in our past, and
we
this is
basically
so awful
don't
to
like
ask
dealing
you.
with the cops.
Yeah, could you talk to the cops for
We're
us?
going to bail, and if you could deal with them, that would be
Just
great.
answer the door. Be yourself. You got it, okay? It's
Turn on the charm. Turn on that service charm, you know? All right, we got to go.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Open up.
Hi.
Hello there, ma'am. We've heard that there was some high school shenanigans going around.
Yeah, we got word someone was in here dealing teeth out, trying to give kids more than 32 or 28. I can never remember it.
See, we've been trying to track down this illegal tooth smuggling scheme for a long time, and everything leads right to the tippy top, which is you.
Me?
By the way, we're cops.
Yeah, we're the cops.
We failed to identify ourselves. We're cops.
I'm Officer Gums.
And I'm Officer Floss.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, what kind of teeth were these? What are we talking
Oh,
about?
every single one of the teeth, all the
the
hits,
teeth?
canine,
All 32 of them.
molar.
All 32?
Yeah.
I mean,
front.
why are you coming at me? Why would I be the one to
Well,
deal
that's-
out
that's the
32
thing.
teeth?
Well,
Who
it's
needs
more than
32
32. It's about 128, which is 32 times 4. I do want to say that I'm also a mathematician.
Oh my God, you're so cop. You're such a smart cop. This is why I love being your partner,
Hey,
man.
that's why I love being your partner because of these compliments. Anyways, back to the point.
Y'all
A
are
lot of
solid
maps
team.
led
I
us
really
to
like
this location, and we were told there were hidden teeth, so cough them up. We're the dentures.
I just have my one that's in my mouth.
You just have
I
one tooth?
Damn it, there's no way that she could be behind
I can't be
this.
dealing out the teeth. It's not me.
Well, if you have one tooth, that's not really a crime, but it is really weird. Can we get some photos for our tooth blog?
Yeah.
Only if you tag me in.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in here. I'm going to get... All right. Here we go. Oh, man, this is a good one.
You can follow us at HP Teeth.
All right, we're out of here.
Yeah,
Bye.
later.
Oh, my God.
Dude, how did it go?
That was exhausting. It was really
No,
bad.
they didn't
It was
rough
really
you up or
bad.
anything,
No,
did they?
they did. They tried making me follow their Instagram account. It was very uncomfortable.
Oh, man. See,
Yeah.
it's...
Typical cops.
Anyway.
Like,
People
Well.
come on here and they just try to plug their stuff. Cops, I guess, it's all that.
See, they
Someone's
just need to leave us alone and our big bag of teeth that we have.
Yeah.
Hi, you're on Effin Rager.
Yo, I just wanted to challenge Julia to a scat battle.
Yeah! All right.
Use your teeth for this one.
who's starting it off? Are you gonna start it off?
No, you got to go first. I heard you were like scat. Yeah. You
All
got to
right,
go
we're,
first.
we're talking 3 rounds of 10-second scats.
All right.
Oh.
Go.
Okay.
Go.
Skibby doo bop, beedoo bop, beedoo doo, skip boo. That's an actual song. Skidoo boo boo.
All
right.
right, round 1.
Get
Caller,
that.
you're up. Go.
Gilly boop bop doo bop
Ooh.
diddly bop.
Oh, mercy. Yes.
Oh, you broke. We can see your mask
He didn't
slipping,
reach-
punk.
One
All right.
round, it's over.
Yeah,
Disqualified.
man. You are the scat queen.
I am
You're
the
the
scat
queen of
queen.
scat.
I
You should get that on your Letterman jacket.
I'm gonna get that tattooed and ribbon in honor of how fun this was today.
All right. I'm glad you're having fun because it's time for our last segment, and this is always a hard one for me to pull off sometimes. So here we go. I'm already messing up. I want a new plug. Tell us what's going on. Tell us all the stuff you're doing after you sing this song. All right. Julia.
How do I still not know the words to this?
I gotta sing it. I wrote the song. It's on me. All right, Julia, what do you want to plug?
I want to plug a show that I'm on at the Secret Group April 11th at 8 p.m. It's a competition for the best comic in Houston.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What round is this?
So it's still on the prelims.
Okay,
So
okay,
yeah,
nice.
still it's like
Hang
2
on,
months long into it. But yeah. So I mean, I'm it's just a lot of comics. But I would, if you liked this, that would be fun. Come out to that, and then also I'll be hosting $2 Bill at the Secret Group as well at 8 p.m. on a Wednesday, and that is next Wednesday. I don't know the date, but
It'll be April
was-
3rd.
Nice.
April 3rd. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, I think of time in terms of Mondays because of this show, so I know April 1st. Like,
Gotcha.
April 8th.
Yes, that's perfect. Yeah, so April 3rd.
And where can we find you to keep up with more shows outside of these?
Yeah, social media.
Oh yeah.
Plug it.
So like Instagram, Twitter, it's just Julia Serano. Try to make it as complicated as I could. I think I achieved it. Yeah.
It's actually a House of Leaves reference. You have to read the book 3 times.
Okay,
to get my,
can we
Twitter
end the show
handle.
early? All right, what do you got to plug, Ned?
Feud on Society every Thursday at 8 p.m. in the box at Secret Group. Unless you're there for 11, go check out Houston's Funniest Comic. Swimwear Department
both.
will be playing Wooster's Brewery this Saturday night.
Ooh.
For some reason.
Because you got the gig.
I think it's a 1-year anniversary party. I don't know. I should have read the Facebook event. But it's going to be a hoot and a half, so come out.
Great. For me, what I would like to plug is that Effin Rager will be doing a performance at Neo Benchy on Tuesday, April 2nd. So Ned and I are going to be hard at work coming up with something goofy, and we'll make sure to mention it again next week. But really, please come out. It's going to be Neo Benchy's 50th show.
Yowza.
And they're going to have 10 people on the bill, and it's just going to be bonkers.
Is this our 50th show tonight of the radio show?
It is.
Yeah. Whoa.
Wait, no,
Oh,
it's the
49th.
49th.
Dang it.
Yeah, we got...
I
we
almost felt
crud.
special.
We
Hey, you're still special.
yeah.
Cops to leave us alone.
And if you want to find me on social media, I'm on Instagram at CliftoCurrency, and I'm on Twitter at Connor Clifton.
Oh yeah, I'm at Ned of the Dead on everything.
All
Wow,
right.
those are 2 solid names.
We've been working on them for a bit. You'll workshop yours. Don't worry about it. All right. That's our show. Thank you all so much for listening.
Thanks again, Julia.
Bye. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming on. You're a great guest. Great
So
get.
fun.
You should come back very, very soon, I
Yeah,
think.
have me on again.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.